Okay. On to, I think it's probably part 4 now. My pickups. I'm going to go back to the movies for a second. Then we'll go right over to the games. But here is Simpsons Season 10. This is actually the re-release. Unfortunately, I just didn't want to get the original because it cost more. They actually re-released all the seasons up to, I think, re-released just with better inner trays. They're a little sturdier, and they're not. They put in sturdier glue. This it can actually move around with the actual thing. But you get 4 discs here. Studio tour, welcome. That's really cool. Looks kind of like Warner Brothers to me. There's that, and it may resemble Warner Brothers Studios, the actual studios. Very quite possibly, probably does, or Fox Studios. I'm sorry. But it's got a lot of great tidbits in here about each episode. Talks about each episode. Tells you when it aired. These booklets are always very extensive and very just well put together. It's obvious a lot of thought went into them. Unfortunately, now all Simpsons stuff, if you want to watch it, not on the TV, if it's the new stuff, the only way to watch it is, I think, like on like a separate Fox website. You have to have an account, and you have to have some kind of special deal going on. I forget what it was. A subscription to it. It's ridiculous. So there will be no more physical Simpsons releases as of me making this video, which is very, very unfortunate. Another double feature, The Mask, with Son of Mask. I mainly bought this to watch The Mask, but I will pop in Son of Mask and just to see what it's all about. That disc, that is on one disc. Here is Hostel 1 and 2. Mainly bought this for Hostel. Hostel 2 is alright, but I really enjoyed Hostel 1, which includes an alternate director's cut ending. These films look really good on Blu-ray. A lot of detail, stellar sound. I actually owned Hostel and sold it about a few years ago, actually. Only a few years ago, because I wasn't watching all that often, but I thought, you know what, rebuy it and won't sell it again. Okay. Now, moving on to the games. We do have some classic games and some slightly newer games. Going back to the games, rather. Luigi's Mansion, I actually had to buy this twice. First version I got was scratched, and I even cleaned the disc, and it almost worked. This game fetches anywhere from $40 to $50. If you want it brand new, currently it's nearly $100. I would get this game while you can. It's a great game. It's very similar to Ghostbusters. So you're Luigi going around in a mansion looking for Mario, and you have to get keys, unlock doors, suck up these ghosts. There is a training section of the game where you can train to learn how to use the vacuum cleaner and move around and stuff like that. You pick up coins and other clues. Still looks really good to this day on the GameCube, and it is an exclusive for the GameCube. I'll probably get the 3DS version of the game, which is Luigi's Mansion 2. This game does require a memory card for those of you that need to get one, and they're still readily available as of me making this video. Still sticking with Nintendo. Game Boy Color game of Mr. Nuts. I guess the original Game Boy version cost a little more for whatever reason, so I got this. I actually couldn't find the Game Boy version of the game, so I got this instead. This is a very good version of the port that came on off the Genesis and Super Nintendo. This is a good alternative to getting either of those, because those cost quite a bit, and I'm not paying a lot of money for to play a game like this. It's a good game, but it's not worth paying $60 or $80 for the game. It's weird that the collectors would charge that. Sticking with boxed games, or going over to, yes, boxed, I guess. A near mint copy of Kirby's Adventure, released in 1993. This was actually one of the very last games, official games, put out for the system. This is boxed and complete. I mean, it looks practically brand new. I mean, I've played the game a few times and really, really enjoyed it. It's amazing. A lot of boxed NES games are hard to find. They're a little bit pricey. Here's Super Mario Brothers boxed and complete. I do own that on a Duck Hunt and Super Mario's, and just a cart and manual only of Duck Hunt. The Legend of Zelda, boxed and also complete. These boxes are in very, very good condition considering their age. I was very happy to pick them up. Was very excited to get them as well. I mean, I already have all those, like, 2 of these games already loose, but I just had to have it. Also, it also comes with a map, which is essential to actually beating this particular game. Moving back to cart-only games, Cruis'n USA. I believe I had rented this, or it was in my original collection. Unfortunately, it was sold off 10 years ago, nearly 10 years ago. So I had to have this game back in the collection. Great arcade game. Controls aren't quite as smooth as the arcade version, and I have played that at a putt-putt years ago, probably when it first came out. But Cruis'n World, another one that I played in the arcades. I know I've seen one of these fairly recently at like a movie theater or something like that. So yeah, great. NFL Blitz. I've played this and NFL Blitz 2000 on the N64. I'll be talking more about this game on my Video Game Memories Part 3, which will be filmed really, really soon. Yeah, just really enjoyed this game when I was younger, when it first came out. It's actually on the PlayStation as well, but I thought about buying that for the better picture quality and graphics and all that. But I decided, you know what, I'll get this because it's cheaper and it's just closer to what I remember playing when I was younger. Awesome game. I'm not really big on sports, but I grew up with this game, so I had to get it. It's actually sponsored by the NFL, so yeah, got an official seal from the NFL, which is cool. But there's really I don't think there's any well-known players in this game. It's just a generic football game, but a good one at that. So pick this up if you can. Here's a rather haggard-looking copy of Blast Corps. I was very disappointed to get this. It's not in the best condition. I actually cleaned this up too, and it's still in pretty rough shape. Looks like either a dog went after it or somebody threw it. Yeah, I mean, was not impressed. Nearly sent this back. I thought, it's cheap enough, and it's not a game that I actually grew up with. I rented it back in the day, but maybe I'll find a good repro label to slap on here one day, or I'll replace it. I don't know. But yeah, I was very disappointed to get that in the shape that it was in. Here's a replacement N64. Our original one was pretty much dying. I mean, it just wasn't working right. I tried to power it on. This is nice and tight. Ours was loose. But each time I try and power it on with a game in it, it wouldn't work. So I had to replace it with this. This is a much nicer, it's in better condition. I don't have the expansion pack in it yet, but maybe I'll buy one for it or something, or pull the other one out of the old one. But this pretty much works every time, when I power it on with the game. So yeah, I mean, came with a power adapter too, but no cords, which I don't really need, and controllers, which I already have. My only complaint was that this grill was damaged in the shipping process, but can't have everything perfect all the time. Cleaned up really nice. It wasn't all that dirty. Mine was, and I even cleaned that up too before I bought this. So yeah, I was just glad to get a better working N64 in the collection. That's really all for this video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching.